Have you ever felt like something, or even someone, was completely broken? Beyond repair? I want to tell you a story today, a story about an old clock and a man named Arthur. It might just change the way you see things. Arthur was a man of routine. Every morning at 6 a.m. sharp, his sleek digital alarm would jolt him awake. His life was a series of perfectly timed events, managed by modern gadgets. In the dusty corner of his attic, however, sat a relic from another time, his grandfather's old cuckoo clock. It was a magnificent piece of woodwork with intricate carvings of leaves and a little bird, but its hands had been frozen at 3:15 for as long as Arthur could remember. The pendulum was still, the weights hung lifelessly. To Arthur, it was just a piece of junk, a silent monument to a bygone era. One spring cleaning afternoon, Arthur decided it was time. "No point in keeping this old thing," he muttered, hauling the heavy clock down the stairs. It was a struggle. The clock was heavier and more awkward than he remembered. He grunted as he dragged it out to the curb, propping it against a trash can. "There," he said, wiping his hands. Out with the old, in with the new. He felt a strange fleeting pang of guilt, but quickly brushed it aside. It was broken, after all. What good was a clock that couldn't tell time? Days turned into weeks. The clock sat by the curb, rained on, baked by the sun, and ignored by everyone who passed. It became just another part of the streetscape. Arthur barely gave it a second thought. Then came the most important day of Arthur's professional life. He had a career-defining interview at 9 a.m. It was a chance to land his dream job, the culmination of years of hard work. The night before, he meticulously laid out his best suit, polished his shoes, and triple-checked his portfolio. He set his digital alarm for 6 a.m., just as he always did, and went to bed of nerves and excitement. But that night, a powerful thunderstorm rolled through the city. A lightning strike nearby caused a power surge, and the entire neighborhood doritos dark. Arthur's digital alarm, like all his other gadgets, was dead. He slept on, blissfully unaware, dreaming of acing his interview. The sun began to rise, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. 6 a.m. came and went. Then 7 a.m. The world was waking up, but Arthur was still fast asleep. His dream job was slipping away with every passing minute. And then, something extraordinary happened. Out on the curb, amidst the morning dew, a tiny gear inside the old forgotten cuckoo clock shifted. A spring, dormant for years, found a sliver of tension. With a creak and a groan, the pendulum swung, just once, then again. The minute hand stuck for so long jumped forward. Tick, tock. The sound was faint, rusty, but persistent. The hands crawled way around the dial. 7点15分, 7点30分, 7点45分. And then, as the minute hand landed squarely on the 12, and the hour hand pointed to the 8, the little wooden door flew open. Cuckoo! 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 The sound, loud and clear, pierced the morning quiet. It echoed through Arthur's open bedroom window. He jolted awake, disoriented. What was that? He squinted at his blank digital clock, his heart sinking. He grabbed his phone, also dead. He frantically looked at his watch. 8:02 a.m. Panic seized him. He threw on his suit, grabbed his portfolio, and sprinted out the door, not even stopping for his keys. As he raced Promocow his car, his eyes fell on the old clock. The little bird was retreating back into its house. The hands pointed at 8 o'clock. He didn't have time to process it. He sped through the city, his mind racing. He burst into the office lobby at 8:58 a.m., breathless and disheveled, but he had made it. The interview went exceptionally well. He was passionate, energized by the adrenaline, and his story of a miraculous cuckoo clock even made the interviewers smile. Later that afternoon, he got the call. He had the job. As the sun set, Arthur walked back to his house, not as a man of rigid routine, but as a man who had been touched by a small miracle. He approached the old clock, still sitting by the curb. He ran his hand over the worn wood. It was silent again, its hands frozen once more. Had he imagined it? He didn't think so. Carefully, reverently, he lifted the heavy clock and carried it back inside. He didn't put it in the attic this time. He gave it the place of honor in his living room, right where everyone could see it. It didn't tell the time, not anymore. But it didn't need to. Arthur's story and the story of his grandfather's clock is a beautiful reminder. Sometimes the things we discard, the things we think are broken and useless, have one more miracle left in them. They might be waiting for the exact right moment to show us what they're truly worth. It's a story about second chances and how they can appear in the most unexpected ways at the exact time we need them most. So, before you give up on something or someone, remember the broken clock. You never know when it might just start ticking again. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more stories that make you think. See you in the next one.